Greetings, Earthlings. I am the Crypto Crow, and it's a Monday. Make sure you check out murderofcrows.io and grab yourself a couple Murder of Crows NFTs for fun and laughs and appreciation of good art, and basically what I do here on YouTube. Thank you for those that already own some, and you're using them to get access to slowblocks.com, which is my social media platform coming. And I've got a big announcement coming for those of you that have been waiting. It's going to be fun. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about ChatGPT and Cardano because they are very likely soon to be married. And so the first thing that I want to touch base on here is ChatGPT is estimated to have around 100 million. Yes, I said that. 100 million monthly active users in January, just 2 months after its launch. How it's grown since then, I'm not 100% sure, but this article's on February 2nd of 2023. ChatGPT, if you don't know, is ultimately taking the world over by storm and has recently launched a plugin store so that people can create applications either utilizing or within ChatGPT, almost like an Apple iStore, right? The Apple Store or Google Play or whatever. And it's very interesting what Charles Hoskinson has recently said, which I'm going to play a clip of right now.
ChatGPT Wolfram integration and past Cardano Wolfram partnership. What potential lies in combining Cardano Wolfram and ChatGPT? Well, Stephen Wolfram actually sent me an email saying, hey, ChatGPT is interesting. And by the way, I wrote this thing on it. Yeah, we wrote a 112-page booklet in like a month, just about ChatGPT, and he's quite interested. I'm quite interested in it, and so I'm definitely going to talk to Steve about potential integrations. One of the things that I'm looking at right now is ChatGPT and Marlowe, if they can be brought together. So GPT-4 and Marlowe for assisting developing Marlowe code for NFTs. So we have a small skunk works that Omer is spinning up, and it'll be part of the next PI planning. But that's going to be our first professional foray into GPT as a company. Now, on the Wolfram side, I've always viewed Wolfram as a much better chain link. I think it's basically the granddaddy of all oracles because you have unlimited information, it's computable, and you have just this beautiful interface that even Google uses for a lot of their stuff. And if you had ChatGPT, you have an interpretation layer with the computation, and it can help you think in computation. And Wolfram is really starting to dig it. So if you could take that and make it more decentralized in terms of the access layer, then effectively you have the Oracle layer for the entire metaverse of blockchains.
So basically what he's talking about is figuring out how to utilize ChatGPT with Marlowe. Now, Marlowe is a domain-specific language that enables users to create blockchain applications that are specifically designed for financial contracts. But ultimately, what he's talking about is figuring out ways to work with what he believes is the grand poobah of oracles, Wolfram, which he's also stated is significantly better than Chainlink, which is probably why we're not seeing a lot of activity out of Chainlink because there's better technology out there and the FOMO is gone. Maybe it rises again. We'll see, but I don't hold any, and I'm not overly concerned that I don't. But this could be a significant thing because one of the biggest conversations in the Cardano space is that we don't have 20,000 developers building on Cardano. And the thing of it is a lot of people complain about the Haskell programming language because to some it's archaic, but what is it also? Secure. And so when you're talking about things like Marlowe Playground, you have Plutus, you have a lot of different ways to develop on Cardano, and when you take that into account with the interoperability functionality, and also the fact that you're gonna be porting a lot of stuff, whether you created something using Solidity on the Ethereum network or some other language for some other blockchain, eventually you're gonna be able to port that stuff over to Cardano. So while people are talking about, oh, well, there are, there's like maybe 1,200, 1,300 different applications currently being built on Cardano. What happens when you can use ChatGPT to code these applications utilizing Marlowe and then launching them on the Cardano blockchain. That is going to be humongous. And not only that, I've seen people, and I've been dabbling. I use ChatGPT. I'm working on something right now that I'm going to launch where I'm going to try and figure out, can I turn an online Etsy shop into $1 million by 2025 by basically investing what I make directly into Cardano as we move into the bull market. And, we've got a year until the halving, and then we probably got somewhere inside of a year until the next peak. So that being said, I'm looking at a lot of different ways that I can continue developing and doing more on the Cardano blockchain. I'm also reading a book that takes me more in depth with, what's possible on Cardano. And something like this will definitely change the paradigm of Cardano's development if basically anyone is able to create, much like I can create fantastic art in Midjourney, or I can create a 5,000 word essay on ChatGPT, and it basically limits my workload, and I can rinse and repeat. So the idea that I may very well soon be able to do a lot of this stuff without having to get some full stack developer or a Haskell developer or somebody, can write Plutus scripts, that's going to change the game. Let me know down below, what would you write? Like, what would you ultimately love to see coming to the Cardano blockchain? And whether or not you think, are you familiar with ChatGPT? Have you used it yet? Have you written a web page or an application using it? Because I've seen a lot of people code platformer games to websites, CSS, you name it, using ChatGPT, and it works very, very well. So let me know what your thoughts are below. And until next time, crow your coins, and I'll see you again soon. Happy Monday.